Hey there, don't be scared, I'm still playing Rise of Kingdoms again. But I silently quit the game for 1 month. Nobody noticed, except of course my alliance. I gave one of my devices to a friend of mine so we didn't have to share the accounts, which is against Rise of Kingdoms terms of service, and he logged in every day to perform the daily actions in my place. I felt like I needed a break. Why is that? For several reasons, mostly concerning the current state of the game. And yes, I am worried. Let's talk about it. I was on a work trip the first couple weeks of November, and I took the occasion to take a big break from the game from the third part of October. I am actually traveling all the time, but you can never notice it because I have the videos ready to go online automatically, and most of the time I am doing something else when the videos go online. Then I try with my phone to read and reply to as many comments of yours as I can, because communication with you guys actually makes me very happy and always gives me inputs for the next content to bring on the channel. It's probably the part I prefer about YouTube. Yes, it would be hypocritical to say that there are no downsides. Content creators always need to deal with toxicity, but it's part of the game, and after a while, as bad as it can sound, you learn how to cope with it. Even if there is one single unjustified, unrelated, negative comment, and other 99 comments are positive, your mind inevitably focuses on the negative one. That's how our mind is built. Luckily, I hardly have to deal with that, which again makes me think we are building a very positive community together. A community that I hope will follow me on other journeys with other games I will bring on the channel. You know, Rise of Kingdoms has been an active part of my life for the past 3 years. It's normal that a game, any game, after such a long period of time, loses its appeal for the player. But that usually doesn't leave a negative feeling behind. I played other games for a long period of time, and to this day, I still have most of them in my heart. I played Metin 2 for many years, on and off. I still watch some videos about it. I played Combat Arms for many years and I still have my account there, and I log in every now and then and play a couple matches. With Rise of Kingdoms, things are a bit different. What I am about to say, of course, reflects my own experience, and I am only one. I started many polls on YouTube, Discord, Google Forms to try and understand what's your perspective on the issues that the game faces right now. How can I say? There are many people, and many content creators, who feel the same things I feel, and lately, more than ever, the community is voicing up and asking for some changes. Look at this poll on my community page from a month ago. 9 players out of 10 either are losing interest in the game or they are hoping for a change. Just 11% of the players still loves the game as it is. Now, probably 1 month later could be even worse, but I'm going to guess, and this is just a guess, that those players are in the first 300 or 400 days of gameplay. I totally loved Rise of Kingdoms back then, at the point that I was glissing or just ignoring on purpose the issues the game had already back then, which, yeah, kinda makes my point. It's normal that after a while you lose interest and start searching for a different experience, but it's not common that this process leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. See, we always blame Lilith for anything that happens in this game, but they are just the publishers. Legu, or I don't know how to pronounce it, is ultimately responsible for what happens in the game. Sure, I'm not defending Lilith either. They are the big company that backs up all the process, and I highly doubt that they don't have any decisional power to push for something to change, especially when it comes to the future of the game that has made them, and still makes them, a lot of money. As I predicted, the revenue for Rise of Kingdoms went down heavily, and at this point, we all know the reason why this is happening. The player base is going down by the day. Not even the heavy commercial push with the Viking helped that much. At least, I believe not in the measure Lilith was hoping for. Yeah, sure, 2020 was a crazy year. Most of the people, except the essential workers, worked from home. This inevitably translated in a big spike in the gaming industry, especially for mobile games, which represent the biggest cut of revenue in the gaming world. Everyone at least once has downloaded a game on the phone. Probably even your mom or even your dog has played a mobile game once. What Lilith has done here was capitalize on this with a very, very short term view. They had 1 year to address the crystal technology issue, and they didn't. They had one more year to address the help botting issue and reinstate unlimited helps to heal troops, and many other things we already spoke about on this channel, and they did not. See, I went through hundreds or probably thousands suggestions on Discord, Google Forms, private messages, YouTube comments, and I collected, polished, and reasoned over the most common issues you guys were experiencing in the game in one very important video, our first community feedback, which you can watch by clicking the card up on the top. That is probably one of the most important videos, or probably the most important video I brought on the channel, because it was about us, about our community, about our feelings. They totally ignored the video. No reply. I messaged the community managers Asia Chester and Rusty Leo on a weekly basis. They said they were working on it. They were trying to bring the issues to the developers so they could answer to our concerns. Because of course, the community managers cannot answer themselves to the issues. That's not their job. I messaged Cheesecake as well, and he didn't even bother replying to my messages. I know, I can be a pain in the ass sometimes. I am a pain in the ass. I admit it. But I always try to push for a healthy discussion, and I have always been kind and supportive. I don't swear, I don't rant on videos, I just try to present the issues in the best way I possibly can. Probably I do it in the wrong way. I'm not perfect, I'm very far away from being perfect. To this day, I still don't know what is Lilith feeling towards me as a person and as a content creator. Many of you asked why I am not a sponsored creator, and a creator friend of mine did not even believe when I said that Lilith never reached to me for anything like that. I don't make videos to try and please Lilith in order to potentially get a sponsorship from them, and I will never do. This does not mean that I don't say positive things about the game, if they are indeed positive. I almost every video do say something positive, because the game is actually great. I love it, otherwise I would have quit it a long time ago. But on the other side, I need and I want to be honest and fair to myself and to you guys who spend your time to watch my videos, and I do earn money with these videos, and I do have a job as well. So if my way of making content about Rise of Kingdoms so far did not please Lilith and did not lead to any sponsorships, so be it. I'm good with that. You better know that even if Lilith will ever offer me something, my way of making videos will not change. My perspective about the issues the game has will not change. And this is my perspective. Rise of Kingdoms in my heart lately just feels like a money grab machine that is trying to milk every last penny from this game format, and sooner or later, probably sooner than later, will move on to something else. 95% of the other games I played had a total different approach to the community voicing up issues for such a long time. Even if they were reluctant at first to make changes, at the end, they did make changes and addressed the community concerns. It's no secret that other companies, such as Supercell, are very careful to the community's feedback. Their games like Clash of Clans are still strong after how many years? 8? 9? I mean, there has to be a reason, especially considering the fact that Clash of Clans does not give you the same amount of customization and freedom that Rise of Kingdoms does. Having played both games, I do think that Rise of Kingdoms is much better under many points of view. But this has become lately just something potential. They never took the chance to make a real improvement. They really literally jump from hype train to hype train, from bad update to commander release, that eventually are a fail. New KVK formats that at the end reveal to be exactly the opposite of what the community wants. Take March of the Ages, for example. Probably the ugliest KVK format they ever released. Updates that hide many negative aspects or deceiving ones, and I honestly don't know where to start here. Example 1: Help limitation. Instead of using their resources to fight the botting, they limited everyone's fighting experience, which is ultimately what we are looking for. Most of the players are only active during KVKs or tournaments, or at least much more active. Example 2: Refining system. They try to advertise this as a graphical improvement, something to make your game experience better. Actually, first of all, it was more confusing, until a few months later they introduced a dedicated section in the blacksmith, so you can immediately understand that the graphical improvement was not the purpose. And second, the refining system made getting a special talent on items far more difficult for everyone, from free-to-play to high spenders. And I emphasized these in 2 videos where I broke down all the math. Example 3: Resource assistance and plundering limitations. If I think about it backwards, they literally faked to listen to the community on a very minor problem to one more time not address the real problems, giving us the illusion that our feedback was being listened to. Really? I even fell for it. I made a video thanking them for not implementing that part of the update, and all the other content creators did as well. I honestly think now that we were deceived. I could continue with examples, but that's not the point of this video. I already spoke about the game problems extensively. Now we return to the part of me silently quitting the game for a month. I needed a break. In fact, after such a long time sending messages almost on a weekly basis to Lilith, Legu, and everyone I could contact in order to try and do something, I cut all the bridges. I said to the community managers that they won't hear again from me about game issues, and if they wanted to reach to me for anything, I would be available for them with my always positive attitude, and they could contact me through email like everyone else does. Me being personally involved to try and change the game just doesn't work. I'm not listened, and as a reflection, you aren't either, because I bring only community matters to their attention, and I also feel kinda frustrated. Now I feel fresh again. I will keep playing and make more videos for you guys. I will give the game another shot for a few months, then if nothing changes, I'm just gonna quit. Without any fuss, with a smile on my face. Because at the end, everyone will quit the game, but I still want to remember it with a smile and not with such a bitter experience towards the end. I would love to hear what you have to say. I promise I will read and reply to each one of your comments under this video. I wish you a great day. Ciao ciao!